But I'm not here to try to make nobody believe nothing I gotta say. I'm not trying to turn nobody against nobody. Like, hey, I wish her nothing but the best. But I wanted to speak my truth and get my shit out there because I'm one thing about me, like I'm big on character and I'm big on accountability.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, I promised you I'd give an update if an update was available, and here it is. So Jarrette has responded to these cheating, I guess we could call them allegations, because he's saying it never happened. All right, y'all. Before we get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. I'm filming this a Thursday night. It's going to come to you guys Friday, maybe afternoon. So if things happen between this time, I don't know. It is what it is. But Jarrette has seen Ayana's I was gonna say confession, but I guess because he's denying it, we'll call it an allegation. He's seen the allegation and he's saying it did not happen, and let me tell you why. We don't actually know if this is the email, but he claims this is the email that Ayana received from the girl. I'm gonna read it to you. I had to do a speech to text situation so that I can read it instead of Jarrette reading it. It's dated March 8th, 2022. It reads, "Hey, this is unfortunate to send to you, but I just wanted to let you know that a few weeks ago I met Jarrette at Tunnel." I'm assuming that's a nightclub. "He ended up inviting me and my friends back to his place, where we later on found out he did not live at alone." That was tough to read. Hold on. "He ended up inviting me and my friends back to his place, which we later found out he did not live at alone. We did kiss, and there was some touching in private places, but there was no sex. Honestly, I've gone back and forth about whether or not to mention this at all, but I just feel like it isn't fair to you to not know. I'll go into details if you want, but I just had to clear my conscience and reach out to you to tell you what your husband has been doing." He goes on to say that the reason why he was out that night is the show had just came out and he was celebrating with friends. Ayana was at her own apartment. She didn't want to engage in the partying or in watching the show alongside him. That's interesting. So yeah, I guess things were already rocky if they didn't want to celebrate together. So he wanted the after party to be at his apartment. So it was guys and girls who were there. And he says anything prior to me driving the women home is not true. The kissing, the groping, all of that never happened.
It wasn't just them; it was my homeboys too. Like, they was just the only. I actually had to drive. I ended up driving her car because she was too drunk to drive. Her and her friends. So I was like, "Fuck with shit. We all going back to the same place with shit. I'll drive." But was that poor decision making on my end? Absolutely. I apologize for that. And I was a man about that. And I was like, you know what? Like, I understand how this look optics wise. Like, this shouldn't have never happened. I should have never invited them here. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I understand that. But everything else that transpired after that, that shit did not happen. Like, I was, I take accountability for what I did, but like everything else that happened, everything after that did not happen.
I wasn't there. I wasn't present. But it seems like there's a pattern with blurry boundaries, you know, especially when it comes to Jarrette. So to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility to happen. I ain't saying he did do it. I'm just saying I'd believe it, because I did in the video before you could see it. I believed it. So yeah, he's just saying no, didn't kiss them, no, didn't do all of that. But he did say he apologized profusely to Ayana for bringing the women to the house at all, because that was inappropriate. He drove the women home once they realized, oh, this guy doesn't live alone, right? He goes on to say that he was not the first person to cheat in the relationship. It was actually Ayana. So this is interesting because earlier today, this is Thursday, earlier today, somebody sent me, shout out you, sent me the live of Ayana on Little Black Book's channel. And she had actually gotten ahead of this story. And Little Black Book had asked her, what could he use against you? And she was like, oh, I once had this drunken night with this person. He's probably going to say that was me cheating on him.
Oh my God.
What statistics are gonna use against you,
So
baby?
when we first got married,
Uh-huh.
I went out with some women I had just met, but I felt, and see, once again, I relinquished trust way too quickly. But I felt like I thought every woman lived by like girl code. Like if you come together, you leave together. If you go to the bathroom, you make sure that they're safe. But we were out, and I was really just keeping up with everybody else. Everybody else was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to drink." Well, yeah, get me one too. And I blacked out. And within an hour, I was at a random bar with some random guy, and I came to, and I remember yelling at this man, "No, I'm married." But I remember him just following me around a lot. And at around like 2:30 in the morning, Jarrette gets off of work. He's like, "Ayanna, I'm coming to get you." And I was like, okay, okay. But I remember trying to send him my location, but I ended up sending him his contact information, and that's just like how drunk I was. But when he came to get me, this guy had the nerve to say like, "Oh no, bro, she's good." And I'm surprised Jared didn't punch him in the face then. But Jared was like, "All right, we gotta go." And at this point, I'm belligerently drunk. And then I blacked out again. But the next morning, I woke up and the shower curtain was broken because apparently I had fallen into the tub. Like, it was just a hot ass mess. And Jared was like, "Ayanna, you don't know what was happening with you and this guy." And I was like, "No, nothing happened. Like, I know nothing happened." Because I remember pushing him off saying, "No, I'm married. I'm married." And I remember telling him, like, "I'm also concerned about my behavior too. I never want to repeat." And I never repeated it again.
And now, again, liquor is involved. The lines are blurry. The memory is choppy. She does say that she blacked out multiple times throughout that night. So she claims cheating didn't happen, but she also claims parts of the night she doesn't remember. Jarrette is saying cheating did happen with that man. And allegedly, this was a month into their marriage or something like that. So he's like, "Oh, I've been dealing with this for a long time. You know, like she stepped out on me first."
I'm still gonna work through this shit, figure this out, and try to get over this. Y'all funny talking about doing tit for tat. I don't know he was not helping her down the stairs. Not. This is somebody that was with them. He met her out when they was out drinking or whatever. And I know this because one of my homeboys was drinking with all of them too. And then they all just separated and she still stayed outside. I cared a lot about this person. I spent 16 months of my life with this person. I wasn't gonna waste my time for 16 months. Like, I was truly trying to make this shit work. I've been held accountable. I've held myself accountable. I've went back time and time again about every decision that I've done in this relationship or in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actively working on the healing and the growth that I need to so that I don't make these same mistakes in my next relationship.
So people in the comments were saying, "Oh, you're just trying to be relevant. You're just trying to do this for clout. You're obviously lying on her." And I have to say, in this case, we can't even put those things on Jarrette because one, he didn't come out with the information, Ayanna did. And two, obviously he's not lying about it because Ayanna already confirmed that it happened. So I don't know. Maybe he is telling the truth. Clearly, there's the truth somewhere in between both of these stories. It's not for us to know, but he wanted to clear his name and to say that he did not cheat, and that even if he did cheat, he wasn't the first to cheat. End of the day, it's just good that these two are not together because this is just a mess. This is not just a mess. The marriage should have never happened. Maybe let's stay away from the liquor if we cannot even if we cannot be faithful under the influence. Like, let's put it down. Let's put the liquor down. But yeah, that's the update. I don't really have anything else to say. I at this point, I don't know what's the truth, what's not the truth. It's honestly irrelevant what I think. I'm just glad that they're finally now able to put everything out there so that they can truly let this thing go. It seems like it was holding Ayanna back, being able to fully grieve this relationship. I'm not quite sure about Jarrette. He doesn't seem to talk about the relationship much at all, but maybe it was hurting him too. So they've both now shared their truth, and maybe this can accelerate the healing process for both of them. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.